If you give birth through C-section, you are not a woman. If you give birth through C-section, you are not a real woman. You don't have power. You can't be called a mother. They can't call you a mother. Hey beautiful people, welcome back again to my channel. It's your favorite girl, EmmieGold. And if today is the first time you're coming across my channel, welcome. My name is EmmieGold and I'm based in Germany. On this channel, I do lots of stuff from food, lifestyle, vlog, and a little bit of fashion hauls. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you do. Subscription is totally free. Yes, subscription is free. And also when you subscribe, make sure to also click on the bell notification icon to get notifications anytime I upload a new video. And to my returning subscriber, thank you guys so much for coming back to watch my videos. I really do appreciate you all, and I am not taking you guys for granted. Thank you all. I love you so much. So guys, in today's video I'll be doing a story time. I'll be sharing with you guys my experience into motherhood, or will I say my journey into motherhood. This video was actually inspired by Abike. I watched a video she did about 1 week ago where she was sharing her experience, her C-section experience. So I'll be sharing mine with you guys. So I think this video will inspire some mothers out there. So let's get right into the video. There are many reasons C-section can be done. Sometimes it happens when there is an emergency with either the mother or the child. An emergency might arise anytime. So C-section is not a bad thing. It can happen naturally. You know, there are some people, if their pelvic is not open, you know, a C-section can be performed. And the other one, if a medical issue arises, you know, to prevent the mother and the son or the daughter, then C-section have to be performed because we don't want anybody to die. I think most of you guys know I have 3 kids. I have 2 boys and a girl. My first baby boy is 8 years old. My daughter is 3, and my last son is 1 year, 6 months. So it all started when I was pregnant with my first son. You know, it was a healthy pregnancy. I was fine. I was okay. Then, you know, when it goes to 9 months, the first night, was it in the night or in the morning? I can't really remember because it's about 8 years ago, but I will, like, you know, crack my brain. So the day, about 3 days to my due date, yeah, I was having contraction. And then, you know, as the first time mom, I was naive. I didn't really make a lot of research. You know, I was not really aware of what contraction is like. You understand? Then the internet is not like the way it is now back then, so I did not really make a lot of research. So being that it was my first baby, you know, when I had contraction, because once in a while like that I do feel pain. So when I had the contraction, I don't know what contraction was all about. I ignored it. So about some hours into the contraction, I felt like I want to pee. Then I went to the toilet, and there was lots of water everywhere. At first I thought it was pee. Then I was like, why won't this pee stop? Because the pee was so much, as in I could not explain it. I didn't know it was my water that broke. My water broke like some hours after I started having contraction. So as time goes on, the contraction was intense, and you know how African people are, because I was staying with one of my neighbor back then was she was Nigerian. She's a Nigerian. So guys, I'm going to share a story, you know, about how I gave birth to my first son. I think I will share the story on another video. So but the story will go to my membership story. So if you want to, like, know the gist, then you should join my membership channel. So that is that. Let's put that aside. So some hours into the contraction, then I started having intense pain. The pain was so intense I could not bear it. Then when I went to the hospital, they checked my I don't know what they call it. The doctor was just like was like, okay, oh, you are not up to 1 centimeter yet, that should be exercising. Then I was told not to stay in the hospital, that I should go home and start doing exercise. So I went back home, started walking, doing a lot of exercise. I'll go up my stairs, walk from up to down, go up, go down, go up, go down. The pain was so intense. It was so intense. So I had contraction for 3 good days. So the first day, the first day I was sent from the hospital, I was sent back home. Then the second day, I had to continue doing the exercise because I don't want to go to the hospital again and they will send me back home. So the second day, I did a lot of exercise. The pain was so unbearable. So the third day, I went to the hospital in the morning and the doctor checked me. The doctor was like, my pelvic is not open yet, that I should continue doing exercise. But I now told the doctor that I should go back home. I was like, no, I am not going back home, because while I was at home, the pain was too much for me. Then I had to stay at the hospital. So in the hospital hall, I was just walking, go up, walk down, walk up, walk down. There was also a staircase there. So a lady advised me to, be going up and down from the staircase. So I did lots of exercise. Then when I feel so uncomfortable, I go to the bedroom, I shower. It got to a stage I was naked because I could not bear the pain. The clothes, everything I was putting on, I had to put them away. Like, oh God, what is this? The pain was so intense. It was intense. So it now got to a stage when there was a doctor that couldn't bear seeing me like that, because the doctor was like, I was here about 3 days ago. I said, yes. Then what is happening? I said, I don't know myself. So the doctor now said, okay, I should go to the room. Then I went to the room. When they checked my private part again, they said it's not open, that I should continue doing exercise. Then I told the doctor, I am tired. There's no point for me doing any exercise. My water broke 3 days ago. My baby is not even moving. I can't feel the baby anymore. Then the doctor said, okay, they should bring a machine. They should check my baby heart rate. So by the time they checked my baby heart rate, his heart rate has dropped drastically. It has dropped. Then they were like, oh, this is an emergency, or that the baby heart rate has dropped to, that I need to go for C-section. I was like, okay, if I want to go to C-section, so far my baby will be alive, I don't mind. So I was wheeled into the theater, to perform the Ceasarian section. Then I was given some document to sign, and they told me some casualties might happen whenever, if they are performing the operation. I was like, oh, I don't mind, whatever will happen, so far my baby will be alive, no problem. So then they were like, okay, I need to relax. They are going to inject me at my back. That is anesthetics, I think that is the name. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comment section. So they told me to relax, then asked me to bend down a little. Then I was injected at my back. So it was not up to like 2 minutes. I could not feel any of my body. My leg was totally dead. I could not move any part of my body apart from my hand. Then immediately they inject me and I lay down. I threw up. Yes, I threw up. The vomit was smelling like, I don't know how to put it. I don't even know how to describe it. So I threw up. The vomit was green. Then they did not mind the whatever that I did. Then they performed the operation. So after they brought out my baby, I saw that all of the nurses, they rushed to the baby and they were making calls that the emergency. I was like, hey, emergency care, what is happening? Where is my baby? The baby is not crying. What happened? Is he a boy or a girl? So they said I should relax, that first they are going to close me up. Then I started crying. I said, God, please, hey, don't let me mourn over my baby. The 9 months was not an easy journey. God, please, you have seen what I went through because during those 3 days of contraction, oh God, I saw hell. I saw hell. It was not easy. It was not easy at all. So after some minutes, I don't know what they did, my baby now started crying. Then later on, I asked the nurse what happened. Then the nurse said by the time they will bring up my baby, he has almost stopped breathing. I was like, yeah, almost stopped breathing. He said yes, that he has almost stopped breathing. That thank God the C-sections was performed fast. So that was my first C-section experience. So sometimes later, I stayed in the hospital for 3 days. They checked the baby, the baby was fine, so everything was okay. So I went back home. Then it was not up to a week. I noticed that I was having fluid at my C-section area. There were a lot of water coming out from them, because I was told in the hospital not to have my bath. I was like, I would not have my bath there, but I disobeyed them. I had my bath. Then I think it was the water that went inside the stitches. I don't know. Then my stitch got loosed, so I had to go back to the hospital, and they were like, thank God, it was almost infected. So I was given antibiotics, and they had to stitch me up back. Guys, when they were stitching me up, I was not given any pain killer. They were stitching me up just like that. Oh my God, I cried and cried. I was like, hey, what is this? But thank God my baby boy is doing fine. He's already 8 years old. So my second C-section experience was like this, which is my daughter. She's 3 already. Got pregnant because Abby. So my pregnancy was also a healthy one. So I had a pregnancy while in Italy, but then we came to Germany. So I follow up with all the necessary antenatal and all that. So when I was like 35 weeks, if I'm correct, so I went for the final checkup. So they had to check the size, the weight of my baby. Then the doctor said my baby is too big. First, I had a C-section the first time, and there's a probability I might have my baby through vaginal birth or another C-section. At first, I was so scared because of my first experience. I was like, hey, another C-section again. So I fell into depression. I was so depressed because when I had the C-section, the thing just took another turn. So me, I'm the kind of person, whenever I'm emotional, I eat. I think food is like, I don't know how to put it. Whenever I'm emotional or whenever I feel depressed, it's just like food is my rescue place. So I started eating anyhow. I was eating. So within the 2 weeks that I went for the last checkup, I was called up on again to come for another checkup. So by the time that I went for the checkup, when they checked my baby weight, they said she was 4.5 in my belly. And then I was so huge. If I'm able to see 1 or 2 pictures, I'm going to insert the pictures. So I was so huge. Then the doctor said there is no option than for me to be operated on. So the operation was scheduled. It was a scheduled operation. So I gave birth to my daughter January 17th. So the operation was scheduled. So a day before January 17th, which was January 16th, I went to the hospital with my husband. So we went to the hospital, filled all the necessary papers. We went to another side where they were asking me if I'm allergic to anything in case anything comes up. And once again, I have to fill a document that says if any casualties should come up during the operation, things like that. Then the operation day came. I was told not to eat 8 hours before the operation. I was told not to eat, but I did not eat because I want my baby to be healthy. So this second operation was not like the first one. By the time I went into the theater, within 5 minutes my baby came out. I had her cry. She was fine. She was okay. And within the next 30 minutes I was stitched up, and they took me to the ward. So my baby was okay. There was nothing wrong. The only thing the reason why I was operated on the second time was because of my health, because I was depressed because of my health, and secondly because my baby was so big. By the time they brought her out, she was 4.5 kg. 4.5. That was it. Up to this moment, she's still that kind of a big she's still big up till now. She was 4.5. 4.5 can't come out from there. There it will just tear. So that was my second C-section experience. So my third C-section experience is with my baby boy. Even though I was depressed with my second pregnancy, but I was able to get through because I added a lot of weight. I was almost 100 kilo. Yes, I was almost 100 kg. I hated myself because I was like, then there's one thing with African people, if they like ask you how did you give me and you explain to them, there's this thing they like say, oh yeah, if you give birth through C-section, you are not a woman. If you give birth through C-section, you are not a real woman. You don't have power. You can't be called a mother. They can't call you a mother. So those kind of things, people saying all those kind of babash, like I'm not a mother because I gave birth through C-section, because I did not give birth to my children through my vagina. Does that mean I'm not a mother? So during those time I fell into depression. I was so depressed and I added a lot of weight. I was almost 100 kg. So along the line, I met some friends, that encouraged me. I met some people that also had their babies through cesarean section. Whenever I tell them, they'll be like, okay, I should see their scar too. They have the scar. I shouldn't bother about what people say. Having my baby through cesarean section does not mean I'm not a mother. I should fight for myself. Whenever anybody tell me something like that, I should rebuke them. That the fact that they have their baby through their vagina and I have mine through cesarean section does not mean I am not a mother. Whatever is happening to somebody that have baby through the vagina is also what happens to me. I have sleepless night. I breastfeed my baby. Give my babies all the attention that they needed. So there's nothing different from us having your baby through vagina and me having my baby through my tummy does not mean I am not a mother. So during those process, thank God I met those people. So I fought through it. First of all, I learned to love myself, because when seeing my body, especially my stomach and the scar, I get so depressed. And for the fact that my boobies were like this, boobies that was like this before, now like this, I hated myself so much. I hated myself so much, and it got to some extent I was cutting myself. I don't know if you guys could see the scar. This is one scar. This is one scar. I had another one here because I was so tired. I was like, okay, what kind of life is this? Why can't I have my babies the normal way other people are having theirs? So, but thank God I met some amazing people. Then I learned to love myself. Now before I can't show my stomach. Now I can, even on video, I can open my stomach. You can see it. I am proud of my stretch mark. I am proud of my flatty boobs because I produced three amazing, beautiful children. So I fought through the depression, and secondly, I lost weight. Then I made sure I lost lots of weight, from, I'm getting emotional, from about 100 kg, I went down to 84, and presently now I am 80 kg. I lost about 20 kilo, and I learned to love myself. So then I got pregnant with my last baby, which is the third one. Is right here sleeping, and since I learned to love myself, I know already that since I've had C-section two times, vaginal birth is not for me. Yes, vaginal birth is not for me. So even from the moment I got pregnant, I know it is C-section, so I am not worried. I've had it the first time, had it the second time, so I know what to expect and I know what will happen. So my third C-section was also scheduled. I was not scared because I've experienced it. It went well. The reason why I had the third C-section was because I had it the first time and I had it the second time, and there's no possibility for me to push out the baby because I've already had C-section the first time, C-section the second time, and C-section the third time. So my baby came out very well. It was healthy, and it was not that big like my daughter. It came out about 3.8 Yeah, 3 points. It was very small. Up to this moment, it's still small. So that was just it. But the third C-section, the first one, there was nothing like drain. They didn't drain me. The second one, I was not drained. But the third one, they put something like a pipe with a little bottle that enables the blood from in there to get drained. So I normally in Germany, when you have C-section, you spend 5 days in the hospital. So I spent 5 days in the hospital. I was doing well even before the nurse came to me to, for me to stand up and start walking. I already stood up. When the nurse came, they were surprised that, oh, I stood up, to start. I said yes, because I know the norms, I know what to do. So I stood up and I started walking, because normally if you have C-section, you need to exercise to walk. So I stood up already and I was, walking. They were so surprised, like, what? Though I feel pain, I feel the pain, but yeah, nothing I could do. And you guys know in Europe, there's nobody to help with omugo and all that. So by the time I got home, I clean. Even people that came to greet me, they were utterly surprised. They were like, Mama Testimony, my daughter's name is Testimony. I thought you said you had your baby through C-section. I said, yes. But how come you are this strong? I said, my sister, we are in Europe. There is no how, or there's nobody I will sleep for. Though my husband is helping me, he does make the food, do some laundries, but he can't bath the babies. So I had to bath my baby, take care of myself, take care of my daughter. So that is just it though. So having C-section is not a bad thing, because there is this thing Africans, especially Nigerian. I don't know of any other African country. I mean Nigeria. In Nigeria, whenever you tell people that you have your babies through Ceasarian section, hey, the way they will, like, I don't know, the way they will look you like you are an ant. Even if you were like this before them, immediately you tell them you had your children or babies through Ceasarian section, it will go down like this, and they'll start blapping, because I won't say yabbing, but me too, I'm ready for them. If you tell me I'm not a mother simply because I have my baby through Ceasarian section, be ready to fight me. Having babies through Ceasarian section is not a bad thing. So if you're a mother, you are here and you have your children through Ceasarian section, let me tell you, you are a strong woman, because it is not easy to endure those pain. You are a strong woman. You are strong. So be strong for your baby and be strong for yourself. Learn to love yourself. Learn to love your stretch mark, your big tummy, and the cuts underneath your tummy, because I've been cut 3 times and I still have the cut underneath my tummy, and I'll still be cut once more, because I still have one more baby to go, but not now, maybe later, when these ones are grown. So that is just it. That is my C-section experience. That comes to the end of today's video. I hope you enjoy. If you enjoy my video, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Shout out to all the mothers in the whole world. You guys are the best. Either you have your babies through your vagina, VJJ, or through Ceasarian section, you are a mother. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Women are the most underrated being in this world, but I am here to tell you, you are a superhero. You are a super mom. So share this video out. Till I see you guys again in my next upload. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.